Hi, I'm Chris Cerino. I'm with Range Ready Studios. I'm a lifelong trainer, former law enforcement officer, and there's always stuff rolling around in my brain that I want to talk about relevant to training. Right now, I'm thinking about that Idaho shooting, and I'm thinking about how a couple of different people shot at this bad guy, but we didn't put him down, and he went on to another location where some very lucky people managed to survive. So, everybody wants to do advanced training. Advanced training. We want to talk about stress inoculation. We want to talk about decision making, shooting on the move, multiple targets, all this stuff. And those are all important things. The problem is, can you hit the target? I get a lot of people in training that come to class and they say they are shooters. They are self-proclaimed shooters. I'm a shooter. My wife's a shooter. My son's a shooter. Well, what does that mean? Well, the reality is there are people that go out and discharge firearms, some of them regularly, in a safe direction. They discharge firearms in a safe direction. So now I'm a shooter and I carry a gun. But what are they really doing, and what can you really do at most of these ranges? Can you draw from the holster? Can you fire rapid fire? Can you do multiple targets? Can you do anything like that? I don't know. We put a target out, we hang a piece of paper, we shoot. We put our stuff away and we go. The gun runs empty, we set it down on the table. Maybe we take the magazine out by hand, we set it on the table. All these things, all right, they're kind of like training scars. And not only are we scarring our body, our motor programs, but we're also scarring our brain to think that we can handle these things. So in Idaho, one of the guys gets out with his 5.7 and his suppressor, and I'm not crapping on this guy. This guy did a great job, because once a bad guy realizes that there's someone else there with a gun, they're probably going to change their course. They're going to leave that area. They're going to stop worrying about getting people who are victims, because now they become prey. Or they're going to leave the area. They're going to shoot themselves. Something like that's going to happen. Well, we had another guy that engaged him also, but he didn't hit him. So this guy goes away. So everybody wants advanced training. I know, my brain is scrambled. This is the way I talk. This is the way I train. This is the way I teach. Everybody wants advanced training, but what is advanced training? Advanced training is truly an application, an advanced application of the basics. All right? So I have this triad that I talk about all the time. It's my triad. Everybody's got a triad. Well, gear manipulation skills, weapon manipulation skills, fundamentals of marksmanship, and then, of course, all-encompassing is your mindset. You've got to have that mindset. We have to have that mindset to win, and win also stands for what's important now. We have to be thinking about those things. But can you work your gear? Can you work your gun? Can you hit the target? So is square range training really bad for you? Well, you got to start somewhere, right? I've been to a lot of training classes. I've trained with a lot of great people, and I've also watched a lot of people that are supposedly great trainers run classes. What they do is they run drills. They run drills, and they're fun drills. They're cool drills. They definitely point out deficiencies. I get people in class all the time that have been all over and trained with all sorts of people. And when they come, their ability to hit the target effectively and quickly is pretty poor. Most people shoot the hell out of my sticks and my clips. As soon as things go fast, or things pick up the pace, or it becomes a little bit advanced, everything falls apart. Well, that foundation of fundamentals, that foundation is where you build your house. If your foundation is solid, then go to classes. Go to these classes where you shoot really great drills. I do it. I have a lot of fun, and I learn a lot from it. Of course, I'm able to complete most of the drills satisfactorily. If I can do a satisfactory job completing a drill, but I learned something like, hey, you know that reload? That's not working out for you. Hey, the way you've got your magazine placed on your body, that's not working out for you. Or hey, how about you learn to move just a little bit faster, get those feet going, gain some momentum. All those things are great to learn. But if you can't hit the target, does it matter? Does it matter? So I ask people all the time when they come back to classes, because my guys here, they train all the time. They go all over the place. I say, what did you learn? Well, I don't know. We had a really great time. I mean, there were some cool drills. All that stuff is great. However, did you learn anything? Did you get better? Or did you only get better because you fired so many rounds? Now, is that retainable? Is that retainable? I don't know. Because until we truly understand what it takes to hit or why we miss, did you really learn anything? Can I correct my bad behavior? How many times have you been to the range where you've said, God, I just had a crappy day, so I packed up my stuff and I left? Man, I've had crappy days too. But I suck it up and I figure out, hey, jackass, how about aligning the sights and pressing the trigger? How about seeing the target behind the sights? How about worrying about what you're doing versus how you're doing? Those types of things. Because when you're on that flat range in those classes, you should be pushing yourself. You should be shooting your tightest groups as fast as you possibly can. Because after all, it's a piece of paper glued to cardboard, stapled to a stick. It's not moving or shooting back at you. And neither are you moving. Because I guarantee you, when that target goes mobile and it starts moving and shooting back at you, and you're moving, whether it's aggressing or regressing or moving towards cover, you'll wish to God you could shoot groups like that. You'll wish you could place shots. Because that's what we have to do. That's what responsible gun owners do. They learn how to make a shot, what it takes to make the shot, and why we miss. Because we have to be able to correct it. One of the things I've said many, many times is, if you're lucky enough to survive the initial encounter, do you have the skills to end it? And what are those skills? I'm asking you. What are those skills? Well, how about sights on target, press trigger? That's a big one. But no, we're so worried about how we're doing. We go to the indoor range, we shoot, we stand there, we shoot over the sights, we think we're shooting through the sights. We're so worried about that group down range that we're not really seeing the gun go off and calling those shots. Those are all important things. Because when that shooter in Idaho engaged that bad guy, I would like to think he would say, gosh, I'm not getting the reaction I want from this target. I need to change something. And for me, that's usually sights on target, press trigger. It's not easy, but it's something that goes through my head. So these are all things that roll around in my brain when I think about training, when I talk about training, when I run classes. Remember that mere saturation of the air with lead is not necessarily training. Man, if you come home and you say, oh, I'll put some lead down range today. I mean, you might have put lead down range, but think about it in terms of what did you gain from it? Did you gain anything from it? Did you get better? Because training is best done under the watchful eye of a qualified instructor. I know when I go out and I shoot, when I shoot with people who are as good or better than me, they push me and they correct me. They say, man, I totally saw this. You lifted your head. Oh, man, you were slapping the hell out of that trigger. Well, how do you know? Oh, well, the target tells the story there. All those low left hits for me. You know, I'm a member of the Low Left Society. That's funny, but it's true. So when you think about training, think about what it is you want to learn. You want to build your foundation, because if you build your foundation on cool guy, whiz bang, flavor of the day, BS, I don't know, drills, I don't know what to say. I want to use all kinds of cuss words because I get so freaking angry when I think about it. You have to have a solid foundation. Can you make these shots at these distances in these times? And they're going to be great, and they're going to be nice and tight. But then, get the target moving. Get your feet moving. Think about using from cover, shooting from unconventional positions. Increase those distances well beyond what you think are gunfight distances. 80% of gunfights happen 20 feet and in. Another 60% happen 10 feet and in. But what's been happening lately? We got multiple shooters. We got people with rifles. We got big venues, shopping malls, stores, out on the streets. Those distances are increasing. So don't crap on distance shooting. Learn how to make those long shots, because when stuff gets close, it only gets better. I'm going to talk to you again one day. It's coming up. And what I like to say is, remember this: fundamentals win the day.